Hello, viewers. Good evening. Welcome to this day's program, 18th of August, 2024. I want to welcome Biafrans all over the world. It is my pleasure to be here. My name remains Mazi Ikem Patrick DK, and I want to say welcome to our wonderful program of today on BTV Europe. We are live as we speak right now. We are live on BTV Facebook page, uh, BTV app, and other platforms where we are transmitting live to you. Unfortunately, we are coming a bit late, but notwithstanding, we are here and we want to really apologize for the late in transmission. But I want to say thank you for being part of this program. As you join us, please share this program, tag your friends, invite everybody that will be interested in today's program because we'll be hosting a very interesting individual, someone who you all know, are familiar with, quite educative, and I know that he's going to also do justice to our wonderful program. And with me is Nwada Jovista Chichi, who will be joining also in the next few seconds as we take this program. I want to say thank you very much. It is 9:06 p.m. In Padova, Italy, and it is my pleasure to have you. And I know it's uh, 8:0 p.m. in Biafra land as well. And we are here converging today, Sunday evening, to deal with issues that has to do with Biafra struggle and agitation, and also continue to educate our people for them to be able to form their character as we march towards our liberation, which is Biafra restoration through referendum. We have to continue to reiterate our position that our demand had always been Biafra to a democratic process, which is a referendum. And I want to welcome Wada Jovista Chichi to join me on the platform. Wada, you're welcome to the program.
Good evening from here, Mazi Ikem Patrick. It's nice having you once again today in the studio. Mazi Ikem Patrick, how are you doing today?
Thank you very much, Wada. It's my pleasure to be here with you. On the background is our guest for today, and very soon he will be introducing himself to Biafrans all over the world. And I hope that we'll just proceed with the questions as they come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi.
So we want to introduce our guest. Hello, Mazi, are you there?
Good evening, Mazi Ikem Patrick.
Yes, and I hope that Wada Jovista, you are getting the voice transmission. I don't know if it's coming out clear.
Yeah, I got his voice, but he should try to um, increase it a little bit.
Okay, let's see if we can increase the volume a little bit. Mazi, can you please communicate? Let's see if we can hear you clearly because it's important that your voice comes out as our guest for today's program. That those who we are talking to, Biafrans and our viewers, will be able to have a clear picture and a clear voice transmission for them to really understand when you speak. So, Mazi, can you please introduce yourself?
There was good evening, Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom. I remember Mazi Jesse I. Onyoko. Mazi Jesse I. Onyoko is a humble servant of the indigenous people of Biafra. I happen to be the chief servant in the zoo as the national coordinator of IPOB in Nigeria, and I co-coordinate IPOB in West Africa as the deputy West African rep. There we know. I help from Aba province in Biafra land.
Thank you very much, Wada. Hope he is clear while I work
Yeah.
on other technical issues.
Yes, he's coming out clear. There's no problem with his voice.
Okay. So, Wada, do you proceed with the first question?
All right. Yes, I will, and I want to let Biafrans and the viewers all over the world. I apologize for not sending my greetings to our great and wonderful viewers. Good evening to you all, and once again, you are welcome to BTV. So today with Mazi JCI Onyuku, we're going to be looking at the trajectory of the Igbo Must Go, the history and the narrative, and where it is being pushed to today and how it started. But before we do that, we know that there are other trendings in Nigeria which we want to talk about before we get into the main business of the day. Mazi JCI, are you hearing me?
Live and direct. I can hear you very clear, Wada.
Thank you so much. Mazi, you are aware of the draconian and subversion bill sponsored by the Speaker of the House of Representatives by name Tajuddin Abbas. Though they say the subversion bill has been withdrawn, but it is still very necessary that we bring such a subversion bill to a highlight. So, Mazi, what do you think that people need to know about this subversion bill?
Well, if I want to be honest with you, I will say that the subversion bill didn't emanate from the Speaker of the House of Representatives. This bill was an executive bill pushed by the government of the day because the government of the day is an unconstitutional government. It's an illegal government that does not have the mandate of the people. So he feels he's not responsible to nobody. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care about the party or the people, rather. APC, from its formation to present, has always toyed that part of dictatorship. They have they have military style. They don't have regard to rule of law. APC, as an Islamic party, a sectarian party, a party that pursues a tribal objectives. APC is not a national party. APC does not pursue national interests. So, in their usual style, since they grab power, because APC has never won elections in the history of the zoo, you can't pinpoint any state that APC won. APC only gets always steal political office, like Tinubu said, if they grab power and run. So that's been the style of APC. So when they grab power, they look for illegal means, they look for ways of legalizing illegality to retain or sustain their grip on power. So this bill that was brought to the House was brought on purpose. If I tell you that one of the reasons why that bill was brought is because of Nnamdi Kanu, don't argue with me. The zoo called Nigeria has done everything they could do manipulatively, upholding legal principles and procedures to jail Nnamdi Kanu, and it has all failed. It has all amounted to efforts in futility. Now, they brought a bill that will enable them jail agitators. Where is that done? In the law, in law all over the world, there are only two schools of thought. Because we know law we practice today is the same everywhere in the world. Law started from one spot, every history of law points to one direction, one source. The only two schools in law is the naturalists and the legal positivists. So in the name of positivism, any law enacted by the legislature is said to be law. That's what the legal positivists believe. But philosophically speaking, because law has its root in philosophy, that's what we call philosophy of law. I'm a student of jurisprudence. In philosophy of law, we have discovered that the basis for every law in every nation is a natural law. What is natural law? Natural law are laws given to man by his nature. Right to live is not given by the state. It's a natural right. Freedom of expression is not given by the state. It's a natural law. And you know that any country that is signatory to the United Nations, any country that's a member of the UN is automatically signatory to all the UN conventions. I will remind you that this law is in the UN Charter of Human Rights. So the subversion bill is a clear violation of natural law. It's in a clear conflict with social contract. In Article 3 of the UN Declaration of Rights, it says that people, it is a natural right of the people to exercise freedom of expression, to decide how they rule themselves. These laws are equally inculcated in African Charter. It started in Africa. It was first enacted in Egypt, 1981. In 1986, African Union recognized it. These laws have been in existence for over 40 years, and they've been domesticated in the Nigerian laws as well. So for you to make this kind of draconian law is a harsh law, a law that doesn't take the people's interest into cognizance. And it naturally says that any law that violates the natural law should not be obeyed. It's a principle in law, anywhere in the world. What I'm telling you now is a universal principle in law, that any law that comes in contradistinction to the principles of natural rights should be what? Jettisoned. Such laws should be ignored. Such laws must not be obeyed anywhere in the world. So, for anybody to harbor this kind of thought, it shows that the people that run the zoo has no plan to repent. They are bent on evil, and the evil will consume them. Because why? The people in Africa, in particular, don't understand the global political dynamism. They don't know there is more to politics. They don't know that the socio-political formations, they don't know that the societies has forces that guide them. They don't know there are spiritual paths to every society. There are certain things you do in a society, whatever holds it together will live. For instance, now, Nigeria was predicated on certain dubious laws, treaties that the British got us to sign. And it has expired in 2014. So anything you begin to do until that law is renegotiated. Law is what? A covenant. They are spiritual. Anytime you negate a covenant, you come under a curse. Anywhere in the world. The covenant that brought the entity called Nigeria expired until they do something about it. They continue to have problems. So what I got to say about that law is that it was designed to stifle agitation. It was designed to see the mouth of those complaining. That shows that we have leaders that have no plans to repent. People who steal, they want a enacted law to punish looters. So they only are interested in protecting themselves and coming against those who cry out for justice. It was a law meant to seal the mouth of justice, but IPOB prevailed. Why do I say IPOB? The greatest hit they got came from IPOB. They won't tell you. The only thing that keeps the zoo civil is IPOB TOS. IPOB media warriors, no force in the world can contend with them or challenge them. You know how much they voted in the past to fight IPOB? All the big companies, social media outfits, all their machine engines were deployed to fight IPOB and they all failed. Britain opened so many institutions, BBC this, BBC that, to fight IPOB, they all failed. America, all the mainstream media were deployed and given assignment. Can I give you an example for you to know how serious it is? Anything you type now, put IPOB in it or DOS, they will place restriction on it. It has a number it can fly. In the zoo called Nigeria, you cannot post it to more than 5 people. If you mention anything against Fulani or Britain there, you can post it only once. If they don't like the content, they pull it down. They'll tell you that you've broken their social community rules. So that is how serious the fight is. This law was brought purposefully to move her out to jail. Our people members are incarcerated for over like 3 years, like the man that was released. The lawyer that came from the Boy State that just attended the court case that was kidnapped in Kogi State, that was locked up in Wawa prison. There are still many of our brothers in Wawa prison as we speak now. They are looking for laws to jail them. They have not found a law, a legal ground to jail them. As I speak now, they went to the east last December, randomly pick young men. Many of them don't know who is IPOB, what IPOB represents. They don't even know the meaning of IPOB. They brought them to the north, put them in different prisons, because we sent people to visit them recently. As I speak, could you believe that they pick up to 50 people, 56 people were picked up in December? 3 has died. Innocent people that have committed no crime. Innocent people that have nothing to do with IPOB, they don't even know what IPOB means. They picked them up and locked them up. In one prison, the ones they kept there, many has died. A few are still remaining. Last time they told a few, just say you're guilty. Let's jail you. Let it be on record that they are jailing IPOB members. And they know that under a normal circumstance, those things will be jettisoned, somebody will challenge them. And it will bring their evil, their ineptitude, their wickedness, and the legal foolishness to limelight. They are now looking for law they can use to jail innocent people crying for their rights. That's what I got to say about this. Wada.
Thank you so much, Mazi, for this highlight. You see, as you were, please do not open the phone lines now because I can hear the phone lines ringing. It's not yet time, please. Mazi, as you were talking, you see, so many things were running on my mind, and I'm sure the same way it was also running on the minds of our viewers and our great listeners as well. You see, we can see everything running in carnival. We saw what happened that day as the Speaker of the House, the same sponsor of this evil bill, was denying on the ground or was denying in the House that nobody moved a motion for dissolution of Nigeria. Pardon me, please. And there was this tumult in the House, and hours after the disagreement in the House of Reps, the next thing we saw is this very bill to be sponsored by the same man who refused even to replay what happened if he was denying it. And again, we can see how they planned protests. And before you know it, they started planning the Igbo must go. And at the same time, these very people came out openly everywhere, accusing the Igbos, the IPOB, the Obedient, the P2B, that they were the planners of the protest. Now, I am trying to bring out how everything is in carnival. Now, is this the same thing that happened in 1945 and 1953? That between the meeting between AG and NCNC, where a motion was moved by the AG group, the AG and the NCNC supported. It was moved by Enahoro, Akintola, supported by Enahoro and then NCNC. But before you know it, they started committing pogrom against the Igbos in the streets of Jos. Mazi, is that the same thing that we are just seeing today?
Yes, the answer is yes. Wada, personally, for me, the callers for Igbo must go protest are great people that deserve award. If I own a media house, like it's almost a practice. There's media houses that give out awards in this part of the world. If I own big media houses and I want to give award, whoever called for Igbo must go protest in Lagos deserve an award. That's the most patriotic person. Those are real people, not con people, not people who say A and they practice B. The first man to call for Nigeria to divide was a Yoruba man. They assassinated him. One man woke up one day and said that Nigeria has no basis to be together. They killed him. They wasted him. Whoever is calling for Igbos to go has just named a voice of prophecy.
Mazi, can I come in? Mazi, can I come in a bit, because it's very, very important that we portray the Igbo Must Go campaign in a more clearer perspective. The Igbo Must Go campaign was a campaign to leave Lagos and leave the Southwest, and not to leave Nigeria. So how do we reconcile the fact that there is no way you can ask Igbos to leave the Southwest without recognizing their agitation for their liberation or for their own referendum? Because under normal circumstances, the request for Igbo Must Go is supposed to be give Igbos referendum for them to decide, just like we are demanding. Don't you think that it is not a balanced it's not a balanced call for Igbos to exit Nigeria in the manner in which it is being done by those in the West, the Duduas? Yes.
Mazi, you need to understand something. In philosophy of logic, there's what we call reasoning from particular to general and reasoning from general to particular. Now, the call for Igbos to leave might not come universally. It might not come at the same time at every place at the same time. It has to start from somewhere. So the syllogism, the philosophical and logical question here that we're looking at is, from a particular place, it will spring from a spot. This logic they're putting up is a welcome development. It's divinely orchestrated. Whoever made the call is probably understand history, or the spirit of ancestors inspired he or she to make that move to avert a repeat of the past. Now, all the genocides that occurred in the zoo prior to the major one, Biafran war, the Biafran genocide, where even the Biafran genocide were mainly because of the Igbo hate that were disseminated by BBC and the Yoruba Gota media. So the same feeling, the same socio-political construct, the same garbage that has been going on is what is replaying itself out now. That we are not one people, we have not succeeded in building a nation. Then I will remind you that the people that concocted you, put it together, told you at the point of amalgamation that if after 100 years you are not able to build a nation, that you can separate. Nobody is talking about all those important clauses to this evil union. Nobody is talking about them. It's just like a marriage that got underway. One party is enjoying the marriage so well, and the marriage is not even working at all. And he insists that we must remain together because of what he's getting, and he goes ahead and tear the marriage certificate. Now the marriage has expired, the certificate has been torn, and is refusing to let the other partner go. That's the case we have in Israel. The person calling for Igbo must go has done the needful. What the Yorubas are doing is what Igbo political elite should be doing, but in their cowardice, in their idiocy, in their greed and selfism, because everything about them revolves around self-aggrandizement. Because Wike is allowed to do small oil bunkering, he has a few billions. He has never seen billions before in his life, before he go to the government cycle. Now he has some few billions. Why should he talk? It does not matter how many of our people that are dying of hunger. Because a few person political figures in Bayelsa, in Akwa Ibom, like Akpabio, they have a few billions in their coffers to play with. They don't care what our people go through. So the call for Igbo must go doesn't come uniformly at the same time. It has to start from a point. Now you look at what is happening because, like I said, the illiterate, the certificate forgers that are misleading the Zulu don't understand anything about how society runs. Every society is predicated on ideas, principles that are enacted by people who sit down and think them out, and experiment them, and they begin to implement them. That the zoo has completed as I speak. I'm going to talk about, if you permit me, I think my major discourse here is to talk about why truly Igbo must go. That is what I would love to talk about. And I want you to ask that as a question. Give me the permission to tell Biafrans why the call for Igbo must go is ordained by Elohim. It's a call that should have been made from our own side. IPOB has been making that call. Nobody pays attention to it. Now the chicken has come to roast. The call is coming for the camp of the enemy. Can't you see how Elohim works? Somebody say miracle made the tire Jesus. How could it be a Yoruba man that is asking for Igbos to go? Mazi came out, put you wrong. You are wrong by saying that it's Igbos to leave the Southwest. No. It's Igbos to leave Nigeria. Because the same principles that happens in the Southwest are obtainable in the North. Go to Kanu. So many of this, a lot of northern youths are not happy that a greater portion of their land have been taken over by Igbos. Certain sector of the economy across the board in the zoo is dominated by the Igbos. As far as motor pass is concerned, nobody, nowhere, no other race, no other tribe dares try the Igbos there. As far as buying and selling is concerned, if there are 12 markets in Lagos, you rest assured that if this 12 market have 5,000 shops put together, 4,860 of the shops are occupied by the Igbos and Biafrans alike. So they feel intimidated. What is happening to the Igbos is exactly what happened to the Jews in Europe. So many years ago, the Jews were dictating the pace of German economy. In case you don't know, the largest number of race that won the ethnicity that has the largest number of Nobel Prize in the whole world are the Jews. They're the most intelligent people. There's no gainsaying that the Igbos are the most intelligent black race. Everybody knows. My latest findings show that the Jews came from Igbo land. Many of you will not believe, but that's a debate for another day. So that intelligence, that ingenuity given by Elohim that is endowed in the Igbo man, that is deposited in the DNA, in the what do you call it, genetic composition of an average Igbo man, was the same thing that replicated that happened in Europe before the Hitlers of this world rose. Why? Out of envy. In case you don't know as well, I'm a gospel preacher. The same thing happened in the Bible. Joseph prospered to the point of envy. They envied him. Anywhere they went to, they prospered. Why? The hand of Elohim, the hand of Chukwukabiama is upon them. Anywhere they go, they must prosper. And he said that they suffered no more to do them no harm. Say, touch not. That is why no matter how much you hate them, they keep flourishing. No race have been killed as much as the Igbos, and yet we are still more. Imagine there was no Biafra war. Imagine you can have a genuine census in the zoo, you will discover that the ratio of Igbo to any other, Igbo will have over 35% of the whole population of the zoo. There's no portion of the zoo you go to, you don't meet Igbo people. As I speak now, if you see the crowd, the number of Igbo people in Maiduguri, with all the Boko Haram, you'll be dazed, you'll marvel. Niger Republic, just Niger here, there's an Hausa enclave where you have Fulanese. They don't speak English. If you know the amount of Igbos there, you have a family there, that people in Niger, when they make their financial commitment, I'll be asking the guy, where do you guys get all this money from? Ordinary Niger. When he tells me how many they are, I had meetings with them severally as their coordinator, as a coordinator rep. You see that we are everywhere. Nobody can help it. There's nothing you can do about it. So the call for Igbo to go is a universal call. What is happening in Lagos is happening in Abuja. They are doing everything to suppress the Igbos in Abuja. They are doing everything. They will suppress Igbo in Igbo land. If you go to Port Harcourt and see what Igbo people do to Igbos, you will begin to marvel. Somebody speaking the same language with you, treat you like shit. But I'm not angry with them. They're acting out of ignorance. Others, well, God has started helping us. Light is coming in those directions. So, Mazi Ikem, if you will permit me, I want to talk about why Igbos must go.
Okay, Mazi, if I may ask, like you've mentioned, because we are remaining within the context of the Igbo must go agitation on the southwest. Don't you think that the Igbo must go agitation is just purposely to take away the investments of Ndi Igbo in the southwest and destroy whatever they must have built over the years? Don't you think that is just the basis? Not because they wanted the Igbos to have their freedom from Nigeria.
Yes, Mazi, you are right. But we are going to use it. We will use it against them. The primary purpose why the proponents of Igbo Moscow came up, spewed the trash, is not because they genuinely want Igbo to go. One, they brought it to divert attention. Attention was on the protests, end bad government protests. That was the fulcrum of this whole thing that has put now. They wanted people to take their mind away from that. So, they say Igbo too will go. They agitated so that Igbos does not participate. These people never believed that Igbos truly will not participate in this end bad government protest. They thought Igbos were pretending. They thought Igbos were just claiming we will not, so that nobody will hold them responsible. They know that if the Igbos get involved in the protest, that's the end of Tinubu's government. And that's the truth of the matter. If the Igbos had joined our protest, it would have ended there. But we have our reasons. We have lost enough. The remaining are going to build Biafra. We are not prepared to lose anybody again. It doesn't mean we are afraid of death. No, we don't fear. We are fearless before our enemies. But because we said nobody should protest, they were looking for means to divert attention. So if you guys are going to protest against Tinubu government, then Igbo must go. So when we threaten them now, they will back down. That was number one. Number two, They mean it. They have started it. Mazi Ikem, in case you don't know, the Igbo must go protest had started. They have surrounded. They came to Gulano Drive and they broke all Igbo shops and scattered away all the goods. So Igbo must go is leave your property and go home. And we can tell them it will not happen. Not in this date and time. Such could have happened 300 years ago, not now. We have told, I've said it on air, everybody living in the west, in the southwest space, they took your property, keep the document. A group will collect it at the right time. There are certain things about that I will show on air. Mazi Ikem, I can give you an estimate of how many Igbo property that have been destroyed in Lagos. If I say it, you will scream. Tinubu and the Shawolu and all those fans that walk around them, they are not aware that we're keeping record. All the Igbo properties, because when we talk about Igbo, who is Igbo? A Benin man is Igbo, in case you don't know. It's when they come to political discourse, they tell you, no, they're not Igbo. They're Igbo. Ijo is Igbo, in case you don't know. When they want to Igbo, they say, no, they're Ijo, they're not Igbo. But everything they deny Igbo, they have denied Ijo. Why? We came here and map a particular region and say, this is the Igbos. In case you have forgotten or you don't even know, many people don't know that where you call Benin today, Edo State, Igodomigodo, was Southeast in 1962, was Southeast in 1961. Taraba State was Southeast, in case you don't know. The whole of Benue State was Southeast, in case you don't know. I know, and I'm telling you of what I know for sure. So the white man came here and identified everybody in all this space as Igbos. Then when they noticed that there is a little vibration, a language, dialectical differences, they can't capitalize on it to spread their hair, to spread the division. That is why you had a Midwest emerging, not Mid-East. A territory that was now given autonomy, regional autonomy, and is now branded Midwest. Why will it be Midwest when that space was Southeast before granted autonomy? Have you seen all the game that Britain played? All the dirty and foolish game. But it's backfiring on them. Britain will go down. The prophet said it, nobody listened to him. Britain is going down in a short period. There will be nothing called the UK. UK will be wiped out on the surface of the earth for messing with the children of Elohim. Mark my words. Only do I said it. The whole of UK. You see these people that the UK used, that the British used to kill innocent people in Africa, those people will destroy that place. The place will be completely destroyed. The place will be ruined completely. Nobody will exist in that space in a short while. Because what will happen there, the kind of weapon that we use in that space, no animal that breathes will be able to exist there in another 50, 100 years. Did you see British police bowing to Islamic leaders in London? British police, white people, we are bowing, not one, not two, in a large number, bowing to them. Those are the people in charge now. As I speak, the Arab, the same people they used to destroy Biafra, the same people they used to destroy Africa. If you know how evil the Brits are, the Luciferian, I don't know if there's any race that has affinity with Lucifer more than Britain, the West. Look at the evil they did in the Middle East. Where you call Egypt today is where they stole everything they're using against us. Egyptian spirituality is what they termed Christianity. Egyptian what do you call them? Legends are the ones you have, the names you have in the Bible now, to tell all the story. And they sold it to us. They borrowed the spirituality. They came to, in the days of Alexander the Great, Napoleon, what's it called? He came to Egypt, packed all the books in the library, took them to Alexandria, and gave them to Aristotle to study. Aristotle did a good job. He studied everything, wrote them down, and renamed everything and put his name. Today, you open anything you take, you say Greek, according to Greek. And the Greek, these things are not indigenous or original to the Greek. The owners of the history, the owners of the ideology, nobody makes credit to them. And what did they do? They wipe out that race. Strangers occupy Egypt today. They changed the name from Kemet to Egypt. Concord a lot of books, the one they call spiritual books, to give the story credence. Today, we are the one bowing to them. Everything that they know, they learned from Egypt. In case you don't know, all the first school they ever attended, this Western civilization started in Athens. All the Ionians, all great philosophers we talk about, they all went to Egypt to study. The same thing they've done in the zoo. The British came here and they saw that the resources, what they call the liquid gold, was in abundance in Biafra land, in Igbo land, and among our cousins at the water coastal region. What did they do? They began to plan on how to take over that resources because we didn't know what we had. We didn't know what that thing was. That is why there was amalgamation. Amalgamation was simply done to bring strangers to be in charge so that when they need the resources, they will call Sokoto. They don't have to call Calabar. They don't have to call Onitsha. So that is the evil they succeeded in doing.
So, Wada, do you have any further question for Mazi JCI Oyuku before we move into another topic of discussion?
Of course, I will always have my questions. Mazi, this inflammatory comment was made by the current essay to Mr. President. That is a Bayo Ononoga, the open threat he gave to the Igbos during 2023 campaign and election period. Even till today, the tweet is still there on his X account, and that was about 18 months ago. And just like you say, that it started from one man, and from there they continued. But little did they know that all they tried to use against the Igbo man, against the children of Chukwokika Abiyama, against IPOB and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we turn against them because it is no longer what they thought that they are seeing. Now, Mazi, despite that everything they are doing is turning against them, do you think that if it is an Igbo man that had made this open threat, and also because I want you to reconcile all these things to what is going on presently, the flags that were raised or that was raised in the north, several states like Kanu, Kaduna, Jos. I listened to one government official that was interviewed on one national television, and the man was saying that, oh, the people raised the flags, they were illiterate. Little did they even know that some of them, that even when you call them and ask them which flag is that, that they may even be unable to tell you that is a Russian flag. That even the tailor that made the flags may also be ignorant. Now they are seeing all these reasons. Mazu, do you think that if all these things are coming from the Igbos, do you think that this is the way that they will be handled?
Yes. If it were in the Igbo space, more than 500 villages would have been burnt by now. If those flags were raised in Aba, Onitsha, Asaba, Calabar, Wari, by now, the whole of the state would have been on flame. They would have deployed their military there to burn. Just yesterday, Boko Haram killed 6 policemen in Zamfara. No village is burned. So the call for Igbo must go. This is one of the reasons why Igbo must go. When Onanuga, whatever he calls himself, that made the threat during the election, that's one of the reasons why Igbo must go. Since we cannot vote in Lagos, but we can pay all the tax. Tinubu makes billions in Lagos. 33 billions they make in Lagos. Is it in a month or in a week? Where do they get it from? All the market of the Igbos. Anytime they need money, they lock one market. They tell the market leaders who are Igbos, go and bring 5 million. Go and bring 20 million. That's what they do in Lagos, in case you don't know. When it's time for election, they are not allowed to vote. It still pisses me off to how the Igbo, what they still doing in Lagos. It beats my imagination. I've never seen the people as stubborn and daft as the Igbos. Tinubu has not stopped demolishing Igbo houses. That's why I said those who made the call for Igbo must go, although they made it, the motive was different. They made it to divert attention from the protest, and they made it to create room for all their talks to go and, as usual, as scavengers, go and loot and steal Igbo properties. But it has turned out to be a good thing. They are calling for Igbo must go, and the Igbo truly will go now. Igbo, it's time for Igbo to go. So I need you to permit me, somebody to ask me, why must Igbo go? What are the reasons why Igbo need to go now before another genocide repeats? The same resentment, the same feeling, the same political crisis that was in the air in the 60s. We have a worse scenario now. That is why Igbo need to go before another genocide. Because in the age where we are now, there are more Igbos in Lagos now than you had in the 60s, in case you don't know. There are more Igbos in Abuja now than you had in the 60s, in case you have forgotten. There are more Igbos outside the Biafran territory. There are more Igbo, because when we talk about Igbo, let me tell you for free, anybody whose mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are Igbo. Whether you are a Gala, Igede, Isoko, what's it called, Orobo, Ijo, Igodomikodo. As long as your mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are Igbo by ancestry. And please, for those of you who are educated, please jettison your prejudice, jettison what you've been told, jettison your primitive hatred for the Igbos, because that's what you are meant to know in the zoo. The zoo is designed and fashioned that the only thing that keeps the zoo together is Igbo hate. That is the reason why they're calling Igbo's name. Hausa is protesting. They say it's Igbo, it's Pitobi. Because Igbo hate is the only disease that plagues the zoo. One of my boys did a cartoon, which was added in this jingle, that the greatest sickness that plagues the zoo is hepatitis. That is the greatest disease the zoo has. Chinua Achebe identified it. Cyprian Ikwesu talked about it. So the greatest problem that the zoo have is hate for the Igbo. Where did they get it from? That's what Britain taught them. Britain does not fear anybody as much as they fear the Igbos. And let me tell you why they fear us. In the whole of the zoo called Nigeria, it's only Biafrans that killed the Brits. I've said it before and I will repeat. Why do I repeat all this? Many of you don't know history. Many of our people don't read history. Many of our people have no time to check what happened yesterday. And they don't know that history repeats itself after a cycle of time. So, the only people that kill the Igbos, the Brits, who are they? Igodo people, they're Biafrans. Their mother tied to slapper. They practice 4 market days. Eke Unko Ori. They call it different name. In Benin, Eke Aro. That they call Aro is Afo. But don't worry, we're not really here to argue all those words. The zoo have told them long story to make them feel that their civilization is older and longer than that of the Igbo. And it's not true. Let honest and academicians come. There are chronological evidences. The Ibuku artifact is older than the Ife artifact, is older than Benin artifact put together. So there are scientific and professional ways that we check dates and time. We check what has happened in the past. They have professional historians who know what I know. So the Igbo civilization is the oldest. We are the ancient people. Apart from the Caucasian, we are the next race that fill the earth. The Japanese are Igbos. The Chinese are Igbos. Everybody in where you call Asia, they are all Igbos. That is their ancestry. Because they are honest people. Chinese say that they are cousins, they are relations in Africa. They see that they are not from the Caucasian. Because most of them who are educated, who are anthropologists, know that we are only two species that survive the era of the survival of the fittest. I talk about it every time. So that those who are educated should go and find out what is called Australopithecus boisei. That is the Caucasian race. And
you are gradually moving into evolution. Can't we have it as a topic one day?
yes, why not? We can,
Okay,
madam.
now Mazi, are you now saying that Igbophobia was created by the Britain?
Yes. Igbophobia was created by Britain, and why? The Brits saw a people who are very intelligent, who are very smart, who are very hard working, who are so determined, a people who are fearless. The Brits were massacred in large numbers in Iguale. That's why till tomorrow they don't allow people from that space to have control political power. Anybody that killed the Brits structures things against them everywhere in the world. Only few races kill the Brits. All the few people that kill the Brits, they are not in charge of political power in their various countries, except those who have managed to gain independence. The Igbos are the only people that kill the Brits in the zoo. Only the Igbos. The Yorubas didn't kill the British. The Hausas never killed the British. It is only the Igbos, the Ijaw people in Akasa War, killed the Brits. That is why you see Ijaw where it is today. Is it not appalling that Bayelsa State that produces to the national economy, Bayelsa is among the first three in the Nigerian political earnings, where Nigeria gets more. Bayelsa has only 8 local governments. Kanu has 44. Sokoto has 39. Oh, have you talked about all this injustice? What kind of rubbish is this? Which means when they go to Bayelsa and take all the oil, and their master Britain takes maybe 75%, the remaining 25% they give to the zoo, they will share it according to the number of the local governments, and they will give Kanu 44 and give Bayelsa only 8. Let me put it in billions. Imagine the sharing national cake. Kanu will collect 44 billion when Bayelsa collects only 8 billion. And all the oil, 40-50% of the resources that sharing was taken from Bayelsa. The gold in Zamfara belongs to only Zamfara. Do you see why the zoo can never be salvaged? The zoo can never, anybody who like bring. If Jesus Christ we read about is a man, you bring him to lead the zoo, he still cannot repair the zoo because the foundation is faulty. Anything built on injustice will always throw out good people. It will throw out good ideas. It will throw out good practices. Igbos are good people. We develop everywhere we go. That's why the society hates us. The Nigerian society is toxic to evil, to good. Nigerian society was concocted. Like I say, when you talk about the crucibles of an evil man in a foreign land, we are talking about that concoction, the cage where the evil man found himself. The crucible refers to that, that enclosure where the evil man will now eventually emerge to something better. So the zoo, the contraption, the British, because it was built by heartless people for imperialistic exploit or exploitative blood-spilling adventure, and for the liquid gold called crude oil. Do you know that to steal the crude that belongs to another person, you have to become cruel. You have to become heartless. The British people are cruel and heartless because they can't survive without stealing. They have nothing. Pretty much of all the resources that run the world comes from Africa. And that is why they have their grip on Africa. But there's a good news. Freedom is coming. Liberation is coming. There's a massive Nnamdi Kanu generation. We are that generation. We have started effecting change without them knowing. Change has come in the Sahel state. Change is coming. Biafra is coming. It's not negotiable. Biafra is sacrosanct. Biafra has been given. Spiritually, Biafra is gone. Those fools in our Asurok don't even know that Biafra has gone. The people holding Biafra are not talking again. They're just looking at us. What will they do? Let's wait a little longer. How long can we keep it? How long can we keep the contraction? How long will it take us to seal the mall? That is the game they are now playing.
Mazi, there is a question I would have loved to ask as regards to for the fact that you are within the contraption. How do you give us your perspective of the direction of the economy of the zoo as it stands today?
The zoo economy is on a downward slide. The zoo economy is on a fast track reverse. It's moving on an astronomical speed backwards. Now I'll put it to you that the progress or the rate of progress made during Obasanjo and Jonathan to now is double negatively in the reverse. Because Buhari came and started running backward, back all our money to buy arms and give Fulanis to be killed. Buhari sold our oil for credit in advance. Why? He thought Kanu will accept the offer of Eastern states to go. So he mortgaged, he immediately went to sell the oil in Niger Delta. That's why we're telling our people there, don't fold their hands, they will consume you. In less than 10 years, your children will bear Muhammad and Musa, but they kill all of you. They thought Biafra Kanu will abandon them and go. And the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still where he is today is because of the Yoruba people, because of Ijo, Ishekiri, Anang, Igodomiti, Agatu, Igala. But they don't know, but it's not important. A few of them know. One day they will know. So the zoo has no economy, Mazi. The economy is dead. Now let me explain to you. In socio-political economy, there are indices of a growing economy. If you want to see economy that is doing well, there is something tripling. You know when you're driving a car, what's it called? That stuff close to speedometer. There's something that is always moving up. When the car is, steaming, it's always up. So, and the speedometer will keep going up when the speed is increasing. When it's decreasing, you know that car is grinding. So the zoo is grinding. When you turn off the engine of a car that's been on motion for too long, the wheels will continue to roll to a certain point. The engine of the zoo has been turned off. The zoo is just on motion rolling to a halt, to grind. Now, how do I say so? All other people have jumped out. Those that built the zoo are running away. Why are they running away? They know that the zoo is dead. Americans know that the zoo is dead. I say it every day on air that the only people remaining in the zoo are scavengers. Those who are in Warri stealing oil for free. Those who are in Imo State piping our oil. They're in Obaru. All the oil that they steal, they take from Obaru. They don't pay 1 naira to Anambra State. The zoo can survive with economic injustice melted against the Igbos. They have laid pipe everywhere in Igbo land. They move all our resources to neighboring states. That is why they want to do another regionalism, balkanization, termed regionalism. They want to take Ohaji Ebola because of the large deposit of gas to Akwa Ibom, to places where they know that their leaders will drink, collect change, and keep quiet. But see that the Igbos must die. There's no offer did not make to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Has he given him? No. Will they ever give him? Never. As little as we are, we can't tell you what we face. So people like us want to be wealthy or rich. At the snap of our hand, billions will run into our account. There are people who all they care is just put us in your platform, forward what you're doing to us. Name your price every month. Will we ever accept that? Never. We prefer death. All we care is freedom. And we must get Biafra. So Mazi, the zoo has no economy. He said, now, let me tell you again, why zoo has no economy? Why? That's what they call economic blueprints in every country. Every country have developmental plans. They have long-term developmental plans and short-term. The zoo has no short-term, they have no long-run, they have no long-term developmental plan. There is no developmental plan. What they are, the zoo is a carcass where everybody goes to steal. Tinubu has come. Tinubu will outpace everybody. What IBB stole from the zoo, from oil windfall, $3 billion as at that time. That's what Babangida sold. Now they're celebrating that 83. But he institutionalized corruption. He institutionalized looting in the zoo. What did he do with all that money? He camouflaged that he was fighting a war in Ekomog, in Liberia. He was using that to steal. And he has stolen and stolen and stolen. Has he bettered his life? No. Is he a happy person? No. Will he ever be happy? He can never be happy. You can't steal public fund and be happy. She has no economy. Got no economic blueprint. What? Tell me what Tinubu has put on table. Did he bring technocrats? The answer is no. Obasanjo came into power and brought technocrats to assist him. He went to World Bank, bring the best. He brought the likes of Chasurudu, bring the Koji Warriors for this war, bring the guy that is MD of African Development Bank, additional. He brought all these people to come and assist him to run the economy, and they claimed the economy was making giant strides. Look at during that Britain became the richest man in Africa during all those regimes. What is happening now? So Jonathan came and brought all the Igbos, brought intelligent people. That's when there was an economy. When Ukojuwala was managing the economy. Now there's no economy. They're just there. What can we steal? And what can we pick? Let's take and get out of here. That's what they're doing. Tinubu knows Nigeria will disintegrate. But the only problem is that the way he's going, nobody knows how long it will last. Release Nnamdi Kanu now, you say no. He's waiting for October 1st. Tinubu, are you sure you'll be there till October 1st? It's not a guarantee, it's not a certainty. Tinubu has more evil laws he wants to introduce. He has not seen space. The one Speaker House of Representatives brought out is one. There are four ungodly demonic laws Tinubu want to bring in the zoo. But I'm not sure he will have the chance to introduce them. Mazi, this is where I want to stop on this question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mazi. Wad, I don't know if you have any question, and I would like, as we proceed, for the lines to be open, so that because we have already time passed, and we need to open the line for those who might want to call in. To do so, please. I would like to request that that our director of technical director should just pull down the Skype ID, because we are not needing the Skype ID today. We'll be doing with the WhatsApp. Only the WhatsApp number, please, for those who want to call in, +49 152 166 09937, +49 152 166 09937. That is the number to call in. And we don't have much time any longer. We've been able to deal with some of the issues as they are happening presently in the zoo called Nigeria. We have been able to talk about the Igbo must go agitation in the Southwest, the request for Igbos to leave the Southwest. And we all know that Igbos cannot just go back to their villages without any legal accord, considering the fact that Igbos have lots and lots and lots of properties running in billions in those regions, and you cannot deny them of their investment simply because you want to use uh, your illegal agitation for Igbo must go, not because you actually wanted Igbos to go, but to take over their properties, to run another abandoned property project like it was done in between 1966 to 70. No, between 67 to 70, obviously. So that is the reality. The call for Igbos to leave the Southwest was not because they want Igbos to have their freedom, but because they want to take over the businesses of Igbos, they want to chase Igbos away and take over their properties. That is just the reality of the matter, whether we like it or not. That is the truth, because they feel that the economic dominance of the Igbos have to, in a way, be curtailed. We saw what happened when they said they wanted to construct a road to Calabar, and they went ahead to destroy a hotel resort owned by an Igbo man. And immediately after the destruction of that hotel resort, they turned back again to say, oh, we can no longer construct through that road. That is another Igbo must go strategy, not because they wanted to construct a road through that path, but because they just want to run that business down. Mazi, can you please give us the real perspective? Because it is important that we bring it in a better context. Because Igbo, if Igbos have to leave the Southwest, it has to go through a normal process. Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Mazi, you're right. Yes, Igbos must go. It was a call made in divorce. It wasn't intentional. It is a positive error, because there are times where certain decisions taken in default could turn out to be an advantage. As it was done to divert attention from the bad government protests, to frustrate the Igbos, to threaten them, to make them feel if you participate, we'll come on after you. It was another one, okay, good and fine. Did they go ahead and protest? We use this opportunity to loot them dry. So now, Igbos must go. And Igbos are going. There's no going back. Nothing will stop it. We go. We have started going. Mazi, let me tell you for free that the quantum of move to the east is encouraging. That is why they staged the first flag operation in Aba. Because some people are trooping to Aba since the man there began to construct roads, construct area of the market. People are seeing reason to return home. That's what they're doing. That's why Fulani is working harder in Enugu State through their stooge, working harder in Imo State through their stooge. Wherever you have APC, what you have is an institutionalized gang of killers, bloodsuckers, and antisocial people who hate development. So they want people to go, we're going. You can't tamper with their properties. So all these ones you are destroying and stealing, they will hook you for NATO. It's all the properties you people have taken. You pay for it. A time will come. These political criminals running the zoo now from the Southwest. What annoys me is that Southwest people are not as bad as they are portrayed by their politicians. Please don't get me wrong. I lived in Southwest for like 38 years. I've said it before. I schooled in Ife. I schooled in Unilag. I mingle with people from that region. These strangers occupy their government houses. So Wuri is not from Lagos. Speaker of Lagos State Assembly is not from Lagos. Tulubu is not from Lagos. These impostors, these criminals from wherever they come from, that are parading as Yoruba people, are not running Yoruba agenda. Sorry, I'm saying it from this platform. They are running their own selfish agenda. They are running their own agenda by their own clique. The consensus, the new honest Yoruba people told him, it is not your turn, it is the turn of the Igbos. It takes sincere people to talk in that manner. Those people that spoke in that manner are the true Yoruba people, that the true Yoruba politicians. What you have now is a gang of scavengers who want to grab as much as they can grab before everyone gets. But it's just a pity that they didn't know they could have even tried to build the system. They're doing nothing. Where is the project they're doing? Elephant project everywhere that they used to siphon. Look at how much they spend on a completing vice president out that had gotten to 75% completion. So you see, that shows you, that speaks volume of who they are, or the kind of people they are. Where is accountability? Where is NNPC? Why is the refineries not working? Now, I want to tell you, Ikem, somebody was asking, what is the state of the zoo? The zoo has no economy. Because what it takes in the economic cycle, the way it controls the African economy. As long as you still pay allegiance to the West economically, politically, ideologically, you cannot make progress. All the breakthrough institutions are designed to keep Africa one. There's nothing called the United Nations, in case you don't know. World Bank is designed to keep Africa poor. IMF is designed to perpetuate Africa. Why do they have IMF approach Africa to take loan? How many Europeans took IMF? When Greece has economic problem, did they give them IMF loan? The answer is no. So if they want to be free in Africa, they need to abandon NATO. There are two power. The two forces are controlling the world right now. Is the BRICS or NATO? NATO is the old Roman Empire. The scavengers, the slave masters that have come to kill, steal, and destroy. If you clear their back, they tell you what to do. They don't give good advice. Britain has never advised anybody right. America has never advised any country right. If they have, why did they do what they did in Libya? Why did they destroy Iraq? Why did America destroy Afghanistan? They have done more evil than good. All they do is to keep Africa down. No economy works in Africa. How can a normal human being wake up and say that the biggest project in West Africa should not excel? Sorry, Dangote is not my friend. I don't like him. I will never like him. But I tell you for free that the biggest thing that the zoo has right now is that refinery. If they are not cowards, they will allow that refinery to work. It will bring down the price of fuel. If they allow that refinery to work, it will improve the value of the naira. Why will we be importing fuel? When you have 3 refineries, they built one bigger than
There's so many calls kept coming, please. I think we start taking call, please. So many calls kept coming.
Okay, can we take the first caller, please?
All right, first caller on the line. Good evening and welcome to the program. Yes, you're on WhatsApp. You have been holding on for the past 6 minutes. Go ahead,
Thank you very much.
ask your questions and make your contributions, please.
Agreed the principal officer of IPOB Worldwide, Directorate of State of Biafra, IPOB Worldwide Eastern Security Network. I greet my leader, Mazi Ikem. My fellow brothers and sisters from Biafra land, you see what happened to us on this planet Earth. The people that caused it must pay. They must pay so dearly for it. You see these people. They will pay so
Maz, I
dearly
don't know
for
if you are hearing what he's saying.
Yes, I see very clearly. If you can help me, what did he say? What is his question? These people messed our land up so completely. But I must greet IPOB Worldwide that pick up everything, that they persist. We picked it up and packed it, and still packing it, fixing it, and we must fix it in order. We don't wait anybody to fix it. That's why we cannot help it. We cannot call anybody. We are the one to fix it. And they must pay so dearly for it, for the atrocities they committed in our land. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mazi Ikem and Jovista. Thank you very much. Keep on the good work.
Mazi, you didn't tell us your name and where you are calling from.
I'm calling from Italy. I'm calling from Italy. Mazi Ikem, coordinator of Milano. So, thank you very much.
Thank you for your country.
Thank you, Maza. Do we have another caller?
Let's go ahead. So many, but some have dropped. I know they will keep coming. Mazi, let me ask, do you think that because of all this and because they have already hatcheted this Igbo must go, do you think that that is why insecurity is first of all created in the southeast? But let me pick this call, please. Good evening, caller. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
We have a caller. Maz, we have a caller. Let's take this call, please.
This is Biafra daughter, the daughter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Edo State, Igodomigodo. Thank you for your great job.
You are welcome.
The reason why I called this evening, I greet my leader, I greet my Biafrans, IPUB, my great leaders, DOS. Why I call There's no question. The reason why I call, if we can do it, this is the time we need to do it to restore Biafra. Who no fish it for Nigeria? Now we they take the land. What they call the Yoruba? Enough is enough for this their nonsense. If we can do it and live in Nigeria now, we need to do it. But Tinubu will not tell us that he's dead. He doesn't hear what they are saying now. So many, I don't know the name that I will call them. So he cannot tell me that he doesn't understand the language that the people of Yoruba, they are singing and the music they are singing now. See, our body they hot. Our body they hot. Otunubu should send paper. We want to go. Otunubu should send paper for referendum, and they should pay their court order and release the great leader, Nnamdi Kanu. If they do these two things, they still see us from their land. Anywhere they see, make they carry and go. Anywhere they want carry and go. We are tired of Nigeria. We are tired of Nigeria. We are willing to go. We are willing to go. They should stop insulting us. We don't deserve all this nonsense from Yoruba. We don't deserve it. Enough is enough. If the Otunubu, if Yoruba can tell Otunubu to send the paper and release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and give us the day of referendum, we will leave. And if they do it the other way, we are not afraid of them. Any Biafra they push, if Yoruba push, you push them back and protect yourself. Rubbish. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you. Thank you, Mwada, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mwada, for your.
Mazi, there is a question I would like to. Do we have a caller? Because there is a question I would like to ask. Wada, do
Go
we have a
ahead.
caller? Okay,
Go ahead.
Mazi, don't you think that that Tinubu have the opportunity to put certain things right when it comes to the issue of agitation by putting the necessary infrastructures in place for a possible referendum through making the laws in the House of Assembly so that this quest for referendum can, be put into place for whoever in Nigeria that want to that is seeking for that possibility of referendum. And if he fails to, do what he's supposed to do, don't you think that after his administration, that the Yorubas are also going to turn around to blame him for his failure and, in putting the right infrastructure in place?
Your question is well understood. You all blame Tinubu.
Mazi, I don't know your line. I don't know if your line is breaking or cracking or whatever because there is a lot of underground noise there. If you can stay calm in one place because there is a lot of noise in the background. You are making lots of movement. I don't know.
Okay, because of the noise, the caller, unmute yourself, please. I've unmuted you from here. Unmute yourself. Good evening and welcome to the program. Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Ozo. I'm calling from Ibuocha. The question that I want to ask is that, are you hearing me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Because when there's one time that our leader made one mention that anytime we didn't find him, that we should try everything possible to make sure that we do anything possible to destroy the zoo. And from what I'm seeing as these people are doing their own thing, I don't think that they have any intention of releasing him with this peaceful pattern. If there is any other way that we can go about it, at least let us do that one first. That is number one. That is number one that I want to say. And another one is, even when this our guy was analyzing things, Hello. He said
Go
that
ahead.
this Igbo must go. This Igbo must go is a welcome development, because in all the whole angle, as far as Nigeria setting is concerned, the Igbos is hated everywhere. If you see the kind of maltreatment that they are giving to our people, it's nothing to light about. Even all these checkpoints, the way that they will be humiliating us is too much. And we should be calling all this is that Igbo must go, even to exist Nigeria. That should be the talk of the town now, because the intimidation is too much. And finally, that I want to say is that there is a time that our leader made mention that if the only option that they gave to us is war. Are you hearing me?
I'm listening. The world is listening to you.
If the only option that they gave to us is to go by war, that by the time that the war will start, that they are going to make sure that weapon is being given to every doorstep of our people so that we can defend ourselves. Please, I want to say that so that the US will also be working on that. It's not only the volunteer people or ESN that we fight this, but
Mazi, for correction purposes, the world is listening. International communities, they are watching us. Please, we are on national TV. IPOB is not known for violence. We are not calling for war, please. And there are some words that we don't use on national television because IPOB is a peaceful movement, a peaceful organization that is pushing for disintegration of Nigeria and for liberation of the Biafrans and the entire black race. Peacefully, please, we are not violent. Go ahead with your remaining questions or summarize just in 10 seconds, please. Thank you.
Okay, I have had to know that what they are doing to us is we that are here on the ground, we are receiving it heavily. That is the most reason that make me to sound like this. But no problem. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you so much. Mazi Ikem, did you get his question?
Can I respond to his first question?
Go ahead, Mazi.
Yes, the caller needs to understand that IPOB is a well-structured organization. IPOB is run by people, intelligent people, exposed, learned, and people who know what's up. IPOB is not run by miscreants, as they used to call us. IPOB is not run by garage boys, motorbike boys. No. IPOB is run by technocrats who work with, who have strategies. They work with strategy. IPOB is a very strategic place. So when they said, he's saying that we should do anything. If we don't find him, destroy the zoo. Yes, he said it. Is that the only thing he said? He told you to keep back on DOS. Whatever DOS tells you, you do. Have you forgotten that he said that? Now, in the absence of Onyendo, DOS is there during the needful. Time changes. It's only a fool that goes to war with only one warfare pattern. We all watch football every day. I love using football. Everybody understands the rule of football. No coach goes to a tournament with only one playing formation. You tell the player, if these people will come this way, change your pattern. This person move back, you move forward. When it's like this, everybody move back. Don't allow, don't give them space to score. So IPB is a very strategic place to run by strategic people. So if you expect us to just pick only one command for me, do you missing it? We need to get so many commands, so many of them put together. We're only picking one. So he said, you don't, now if you don't see me destroy the zoo, hold on. Your case is like Nnamdi. They put inside shit. You not complain. When you're about to come out, you're complaining. We are gone. We are through. We have defeated the zoo. In case you don't know, only this coming out soon. Whether people want to read him or not. I'm just telling you, and I'm saying to her, hey, my son of the can is coming out very soon. Biafra is going. Biafra is already gone. She's coming out soon. The two people have the honor to release him. If he fails to, no, I'm not saying God. In this time of releasing you, only live in regret. Last weeks, trickle to release Kanu or miss the opportunity. They will.
Thank you very much. And I would also like to add one or two words there. I can understand the frustration of the caller. He has complained about the level of intimidation, the harassment, the subjugation of our people, which is well understood. But I also want to make our people understand that the essence of some of these provocations are to push you to go to war.
To push us into war.
Yes, so our people need to understand that what you are going through, actually what they are putting you through, is a psychological trauma, and you must take advantage of it to build your mind up for the worst situation, because there is nothing more they can do than what they have done so far and what they are doing right now. They have deployed every machinery to see that they destabilize our economy, they destabilize the eastern region, they frustrate our people, that they mentally destroy our people. But we have to remain resilient. We have to remain patient, because our people si na ọ na-afụ ụfụ ka ọ na-ebi. So we must understand the psychology of our enemies. It is a well worked out program to frustrate our people, and see our people start speaking in different voices. But we must all come together in unity to understand that we cannot go to war unprepared, if at all we have to. We must learn from the lesson of the past and make sure that we coordinate ourselves. But I can tell you that we don't even need to go to war for Nigeria to crumble, because
Because the country's already crumbled.
the,
It
con-
has
the,
already
con-
crumbled. Mas, it has already crumbled.
the
The soil has
contraption
crumbled.
have already gone into abyss. So for me, I would encourage our people to continue to mind your businesses, remain focused, continue to build our economy, because we are going to need that economy. We cannot go into Biafra with a dilapidated economy. We must continue to invest in ourselves on individual levels. We must continue to take advantage of recent and modern technologies to improve, prepare the ground, so that as soon as we're able to get Biafra, things will continue to flow and we will see progress in the land. Are there callers on the line?
Yeah. Yes, the phone line has been buzzing. Yeah. The caller on the line, good evening and welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Caller on the line, you have been holding on for about 4 minutes now. Good evening and welcome to the program. Hello, caller, are you there? Caller, can you hear me?
If the caller is not coming on board, uh, I would also like us to look at this concept of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that if you do not see me, you should burn down the zoo. These have been rhetoric always used by certain individuals who feel that violence is an option. But what Mazin Nnamdi Kanu meant was that if you do not see me, but every day we are getting notifications about from his whereabouts, and we understand the pain of his continuous illegal detention. But that continuous illegal detention is also part of the strategy to see how we can be pushed into reaction, because the zoo want to set the pace for us. And let us not forget that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have also told us that the zoo cannot set the pace for us, that we have to determine the pace. We have to determine that we are the one that will push them and show them where to fall. So when you allow your emotion to override your sense of reasoning, you find yourself falling into the trap of your enemy easily. So we must understand that we cannot go ahead and do things ahead of time. We must wait and be patient because everything has got its time. And when the time comes, naturally, those actions you are expecting will definitely take its course. Are there callers?
So many callers. Caller on the line, good evening and welcome to the program. I hope this problem is not emanating from me here. Caller on the line, can you hear me?
Well, if we don't have
Yeah,
caller,
good evening. Yeah, your name and where you are calling from, please. Go ahead, please. I think the problem is from the caller. He will speak up and go down, and the voice will disappear. It's from the caller because caller, are you there? Please change your.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm coming out clear.
Okay, you are
It
coming
seems to
out
be
right
jamming
now.
over here.
You are coming out right now. Go ahead.
Should I go ahead?
Yes, your name and where you are calling from, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. Our host, Wada Jovista, and Mazi Ikem Patrick. We appreciate you very, very much. And I want to say special greetings to our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and of course to the Directorate of State, the US, who are wise. My name is Mazi Ikem. I'm from the Igbo province of Biafra land, and I greet my leader in the National my contribution this evening is directed or centered around the Igbo diocese or Igbo Moscow. My leader here, Mazi has talked at length concerning this very topic, and Mazi Ikem Patrick have also asked some questions that I intend to ask. But I want to put it this way, since I had this opportunity, that we should call, or I am adding my voice to call on our Yoruba brothers, our Oduduwa brothers. In my understanding, I know that this Igbo diocese.
Oh, he's gone again. Sorry for losing that caller. If you can, please call back. Another caller on the line. Good evening and welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello?
Go
Am I
ahead.
also?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can, please.
Yeah, my sister, all hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
I salute everyone in the station there with the name of Chukwuka Biama. And I'm a first time caller, not just first time in the agitation, but first time in this very BTV since they opened it. And it's a very wonderful thing that the US have proven that, you know, what I saw, I will want to. So we are all glad that all this improvement and development is coming up. But on the program that we are here in this evening, I want to thank my brother, one of this thing that we have in the station here. That I am glad that most of these our leaders, when you hear them talk, they have a deep sense and a deep understanding on the as in paths ahead, and the understanding of the quest to get Biafra, knowing fully well that the Biafra is very, very defined. And not just only that it's defined, that we, in this very time, what we are supposed to do and when we are supposed to do them. These are things that gladdens my heart, and these are things that gives me, more as in belief and understanding, and steadfast to stay. Because there are things, even when you can't hear them, that is happening. And with all the years that we have been here,
it has shown in any way. If you are blind, that's when you stop seeing it. But if you are, spiritually and physically and intellectually, you look at something critically, just as our leader have taught us all these years. You know that Biafra is a divine, project, and all the people that have been involved in this very project have been, they have been top notch. As I don't have the better word to evaluate them. But I want my brother to, expatiate, this area of where he's going, because this is like these are the areas where we are supposed to be working secretly, openly, economically, in all of these ways, saying that we relocate even ourselves, our children, our hard working in all the nations of this world. So I want him to educate our people more, especially our business people, in the ways and what we are supposed to be doing and how we are supposed to be doing it individually, physically, economically. Our people that is, preoccupied with their own self ideas. But when we have this opportunity, we that is been here, we hear from the leadership, and you also help us to, go outside and, discuss, educate, tell other people in the best way that we have, heard and know that these are what we should be doing. Like most of our people, like most of what the DOS have done in the time past, like agricultural projects, even the one Nnamdi Kanu said, economic, these are things that have helped. Even if you have been listening to our broadcasters, Mwachideke, Jonathan, many of them, especially my brother, Banale, these are people, they educate you, beyond just the agitation, beyond even in your own private areas or what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know if you understand my question. There was a time, they even tell us what to do, change our money, and how to, go about these things. So I will be glad if he goes in this area to educate us, so we can be working together, because this work is not just only the US, Nnamdi Kanu, or the Biafran agitators. We, the people.
Thank you, Paul. I think you have made your point.
We are supposed to be
Well, I
working in
think
one
he has
direction.
made his
So
point.
if you
He has
speak
made
out
his,
about
Thank
that,
you.
I'll be
Thank you.
thank you.
You've made your point, please, so that we
I
can give
think you have
others
made
a
your
chance.
point.
Thank you so
And
much. Thank you for
I
calling.
know,
Thank you.
Mazi Jesse, I would like to give you some response to that question. Mazi Jesse, what do you encourage our people to do on their individual levels? We have rolled out series of programs, especially in the areas of agriculture. I would like you to give have some take before I also come into, to add whatever I have to say.
Thank you, Mazi Ikem. Basically, what I would tell Biafrans to do, that they have been doing or they should continue to do, is that first and foremost, they must continue to support DOS, that's ESN, in any way you can, even as principal officers. If you're hearing me now, you're not paying your dues, go. I've paid my due for the year. At the beginning of the year, I paid my due for the whole year. So, you as a leader, have you paid your due? DOS is saddled with so many responsibilities. I said it on air on Friday. The Mazi Ikem is not able to meet up with the demands of his table. But so many people will know. Some will come and insult him, call DOS names. They don't know what he goes through. They don't know the challenges. They don't know how many problems that the zoo creates for us every day. The zoo creates, the only thing they know how to do, the zoo have created some structures. What they do is to generate problems for IPOB. Do you know there are some journalists, the only thing they do every week is just write any junk about IPOB. They will write any nonsense, put Biafra flag there, pin it on IPOB, tag IPOB. What is the idea? It's the same game, psychological thing, destroy their name. The same way everybody hates Igbo man. Igbo man has not offended anybody because the media project Igbo in a negative light. That's what they did. So they control the media everywhere in the world. These demons that rule the whole world, one of the instruments they use is the media. Disinformation. And the more you keep hearing wrong thing, it gets registered in your mind. You begin to accept it to be real. If you hear every day, the same way they paint evil soup to be evil. Every church person in Africa sees in Biafra sees it going to as demon, because that is what the religious leader called him. They didn't interpret that word well. So that's the zoo have institutions that the only thing they have to the only assignment they have is how to create problems for IPOB. They pick up people every day. We won't skater from one prison to the other. As we speak, if we begin to give you the figure of IPOB members that are in detention in the zoo, you will close your ear. If I tell you that the leadership spends so much to take care of people in the prisons, Mazi Chike is a kind-hearted person. There's no 3 months, almost every month, that they don't send message to these people. And every now and then they go and bring more innocent people. So the family has so many problems to contend with. What you need to do as an individual is to keep keeping faith. Biafra is here. Number one, relocate. You're not going to build Biafra from Zamfara where you are. You will not be able to build Biafra from Sokoto. You only build where you are. Many years we were building Lagos. One year I decided that this rubbish had to stop. I start a process of liquidifying all my investment in Lagos and relocation before I run away. Why? You cannot be living in London and say you're building a bar. It's not possible. Except to establish a business there. And when the pros don't. So start going home. They'll be telling you go and build your own Alaba in our area. Yes, why not? Do you know that 75% of your patronage of your customers to are Biafrans? So what is the heck? What the heck is the problem? Why are we busy encouraging other people, building other people's land? So what we need to do as an individual where you are, keep praying for our leader. It's coming out soon. Only is coming out. Nothing will stop it. Nobody born of a woman can stop it. Nobody. No power can stop it. No government can stop it. America can't stop him. They would have, if they can. Britain would have killed him. That's what they plan to do, which is it wasn't possible. Why? Because there was IPOB duress. I never allowed them. But you will not know. Those people at the back talking jokes will not know why women is still breathing today because of IPOB duress. So keep supporting them financially with your prayer. Attend the meetings. Do the things you need to do. Keep supporting the system. Relocate, go home. It's one way. Get busy in agriculture. The way our people went to agriculture this year is massive. The pictures we get, the seed idea is distributed. People are harvesting everywhere. In every state. The testimony is awesome. And more are coming. So everybody participates. In your land, have a farmland for farming. Make provision to farm. Stop allowing our enemies to feed us. The most sensitive, security conscious sector of the economy of every nation is what? Agriculture, food production. Who feeds you decides what becomes of you. Whoever fits you decide your future. Can kill anytime he likes. The food blockade is what we lost. We never lost at the battlefield. If that war had raged for 10 years, Nigeria and Britain never would have defeated Biafra. They knew it. They testified to it. That resulted to food blockade. So all of you support. If you can't farm, get somebody to farm in the village.
Thank you very much. I would like to also add one or two words because there are certain questions that he asked that are very, very important. Our people always, seeking direction from the leadership of IPOB, and which is quite commendable because we've seen the progress that is being made in the areas of agriculture. And there are certain specific questions that he asked. What do you want us to do now? What can we do on our own on individual level? We must understand that a people who choose the path of development have always done certain things that are required for that development to come. When you look at developed societies today, such developed societies are born out of work. When it comes to, work, they work. You don't expect miracle to happen. Every developed society you see today have men and women with great skills because any society that have no skill is meant to die. When you look at the zoo today, what is the problem with the zoo today? Because they have not been able to give the population the required skill to even develop the economy. So I would continue to encourage Biafrans that you must engage yourself with skill acquisition. As much as all of you have the ambition to go to the university to go and study one course or the other, you must understand that skill acquisition is the only thing that can put you ahead of every other person. Just like anywhere in the world, no matter how little the skill is it in the area of car maintenance? Is it in the areas of electronics? Whatever you can acquire as a skill will be needed and will be very, very useful for the growth, for the economic growth of the Biafran people and the Biafran nation. So I would encourage everybody to get their hand on something. There must be something you must be known for. That this is what I do. This is what I can offer. This is where I have to bring the end to that discussion as regard to the question the caller made. Are there other calls as we keep? We are rounding up. We are winding down.
Yeah, the line is seriously bustling.
Okay.
Seriously bustling. Yeah, caller on the line, good evening and welcome to the program. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Mazi Ikem, and I'm calling from my location. I'm a Biafran from the Godomigodo province. All protocol observed, I appreciate our leader Nnamdi Kanu, current leadership, the TOS, and of course yourself, Wada Jovista and Mazi Ikem, our host. Not forgetting my leader in the house, Mazi JCI. Thank you so much for your vocability and your tenacity. I would like to, it's a contribution stroke request, and it is bordered or centered around the Igbo thesis that we are talking about, the Igbo must go. I like to say that to our Oduduwa brethren, that those who are calling, who really want Igbo people out of their space, rather than calling and raining all that, putting all that energy to call Igbo out of your state, when you already know that we are already clamoring for a referendum that will help us to decide where we want to be. Why don't you channel this energy in asking the government, especially that it is your own son that is now at the aim of affair? So we are using this medium to speak to our Duduwa brothers and sisters to compare their people, especially those who are at the forefront of this campaign, to change, to turn it around so that it will not just be Igbo must leave Lagos or Southwest. What about Igbos in the north? What is going to happen to them? So let them turn around and support our call for a referendum. And again, to our Biafrans, those who are around Southwest and every other part in the north and every other part, who whenever we talk about Biafra, the first thing that comes to their mind, they think maybe you being from a Godomigodo province, because you speak Bini, being a Bini man, being an Ika, being an Urobo, you think it does not affect you. I want to use this avenue to let them know, as many that are listening, that the Yoruba, an average Oduduwa person, as long as you are not, you don't speak Yoruba, you don't speak Hausa or Fufude, which is a Fulani tongue, or as they call these people from the middle belt, who are also part of us, you are called Omoibo, and the Northerners will call us Yamiri. So there's no point deceiving ourselves. Let us face facts, and for many of us who are out there outside the shores of our land, what it means is that Biafra, we need you all of us to come back home and bring our expertise home, our experiences that we are gathering outside our land and all those places. We bring it home and build our own place so that our children can enjoy the things that we are enjoying outside Nigeria, what we are running outside to go and seek for, so that we can build it back home. That is what it means. And for our Benin people, nobody is dragging anything with anybody. Okay? They must understand that what IPOB is doing, what Nnamdi Kanu is championing, it's for everyone's good, because if Benin on its own feels they want to ask for what we are asking, it will be difficult. You cannot fight Nigeria. So that is why we need to work together. Biafra is not going to be lorded over anybody. So it is important that please our host in the house, please, you put this message across so that people will understand. I will stop here so that other people can also contribute. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Mazi Ikem. Thank you.
Ndewo ezigbo nwa Chineke.
Thank you very much. That was a great contribution from brother Uwi, our Igolomigodo brother, and it's quite commendable. We'll be winding down this program, and I believe that today's program is quite interesting. We've seen comments, people commending on the comment section, and I've also noticed certain negative comments too. But without the negative comment, then the comment section is not complete. So every commenter is welcome. I want to appreciate you. Please once again share this program and tag your friends as we're winding down. We might be taking the last caller if there is any before our guest will give his parting shot. Is there any other caller on the line? Jovista?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, if there are no callers on the line, I would want Mazi JCI to give us his parting shot, and also if there is any advice you want to give, considering the fact that you are on the ground, you understand the situation better than some of us in the diaspora. If there are certain advice you would like to give our people, especially in the areas of security, because it's important that our people understand how to move and how to maneuver the security situation for their safety. And because we need every head counted, we cannot afford to lose more of our people. Mazi JCI.
Yes, Mazi, a few things I'd like to say. Security-wise, our people should be careful what they say on air. Even as much as we want to educate one another, there are times you want to equip yourself, you are put against the enemy, you end up equipping the enemy. There are certain things that shouldn't be said on air. You want to advise your people, don't do it on air, do it to your units. We are small units. Everybody attend meeting. Meeting still holds everywhere across the zoo. Don't let anybody fool you. IPB formation is still intact, vibrant, functional. There's one thing that happened to IPOB, which was a good thing. I've said it before, that the barrimanization that happened to IPOB was a good thing. When you don't know, if Eba didn't come, we wouldn't know how many Judas among us. If Eba didn't come, there was no way to decipher the sheep from the goats. So the total of this family was to separate men from boys. So it was a good thing. Now they're looking for how to come back. So now, be careful, make sure you attend meetings. It doesn't matter how many people. We have come beyond where we're looking for numbers. We're not more interested in crowd now. We don't do say 100 men. We're even more than 100. That's why in my own space, you don't do anything. If you do nonsense, I'll sack you. Why? Because I hate indiscipline. I don't tolerate indiscipline. I put it to the leadership every day. If I'm not dancing as you want and I'm not ready to take correction, sack me. I say it publicly. I told Mazi Anthony Zumika, that's the DHOD, I told him, Oga, any day I stop being loyal, replace me. Don't need to give me a warning. The hallmark of what we're doing is loyalty. Our people are too arrogant, primitive arrogance, too full of themselves. They don't keep instruction. We tell them A, they will do B. That's Zoo mentality. I think the number of people need to be generalized. They still have Zoo behavior, Zoo mentality, Zoo mindset. Some of them are still behaving like APC politicians. They can do anything to retain an office. I don't know what is in this office. Biafra comes tomorrow, they say, oh, Mazi, you're too harsh. We need people who are more liberal. Good luck. I go and stay in my house. All I want is that Biafra. I want a society I can be proud of. I'm tired of operation in the zoo. I know what I suffered being an Igbo man. I did 7 bank interviews in Lagos. What was my problem? Because I'm an Igbo man. I did interview British Airways. I did oil company. There's no way I didn't do interview. I will write up to 2 tests. I will pass. I will do interview. Last stage, kept in view. Why? My problem was that I was an Igbo man. And I knew it clearly. Why? People who are not educated, people who cannot score 1 in test, are getting job. Because you are Igbo. Only Kanu said it. That if she had not been Igbo, she would have more patronage than anybody. And it is true. These people don't know that the society is structured in a way that it promotes those they want to promote. Look at the Enigma, the premiership. When Owen came on, the price projected Owen. His price skyrocketed. But once you're an Igbo man, nobody talks about you. They will not talk. What's good, you do go to nobody mentions them. Look at Ali Noyema struggling. He has done what many black people are not able to do. Nobody's promoting him. Why? Because he's an Igbo man. How long are we going to continue to build other people's economy? An Igbo man is a stranger in his own land. And we are militarized. A pregnant woman will come to police checkpoint, army checkpoint. We order her to come down, raise her hands up. She will carry her 2 hands up, waka, and she's going on a journey of 30 kilometers. She will meet more than 10 checkpoints. She will come down 10 times, raise her hand and be walking. Before she gets to where she is going, she will enter labor. What is all this nonsense for? Nobody does that in the whole north, where the terrorists are killing every day. I traveled from the last place I saw checkpoint was in Kogi State. Let me tell those of you with animalistic behavior and that lack of understanding. You say you're not a Biafran. I pity for all of you. God will waste you. Let me tell you how to know Biafrans in the zone. When we say Igbo must go, why must Igbo go? Igbo must go because of political injustice, economic injustice, judicial injustice, socio-cultural injustice. Every injustice is nothing against the Igbos. Who are the Igbos? Igbos are not only those speaking Igbo. That's what you don't know. You are Igbo and Sigala. The zoo don't do anything to favor you because they know who you are. You go to Miko, you are Igbo. All of you from Edo State, you are Igbo. If your mother tied 2-piece wrapper, you are Igbo. If you practice for market days, you are Igbo. The zoo know, Britain know, Yoruba know, Fulani knows. That's why they don't do nothing with you. So you are Igbo. Whether you Soko, you are Shekiri, you are Ugodi, you are whatever you call yourself, Igala, Agatu, you are all Igbos. That's who you are. All club they see as Igbo. When they were killing in 1966, they didn't spare Isoko man. That's how you know that you are Igbo. When they were killing Igbos in Kanu airport, they didn't spare an Ibibio man. One came out and said, see me, I know people, I be Calabar. They said, what's when they said, shut up, you're Igbo. They shot him down. Many of you might have seen the video, many of you didn't see that portion of that video. They didn't spare an Igbo man who they were killing. They killed you, they called you Igbo, and that's who you are. Now they've come back and tell you are not Igbo, divide you. So you don't join hands to fight the evil. To travel from Benin to Auchi is 12 hours now. Journey of 1 hour, 30 minutes. You spend 12 hours. People are spending 3 days on the way. Trucks are falling. What is their crime? Because they are Biafrans. They are not Yoruba. They came up and said, look, we are not Yoruba now. How would they be Yoruba? Our civilization is far older than your own. It's our runaway place that established your dynasty. What's your problem? We built Lagos. We sold Lagos to the Queen. So what is the point? Saying telling us we're from Biafra. What kind of insult is that? That's the only crime they've committed. One road in the whole of Edo State. To leave a donor, cross Benin, enter Amo, is a hell. Do you know that as I speak now, you can't drive from Onitsha head bridge to Asaba in 1 hour? You can spend 3 hours in that short distance, not more than 400 meters. Why? Bad road. Because you are Igbo. And then somebody across will tell you that he's not Igbo. That they say that he's Delta, he's not Igbo, Delta Igbo. You see how idiotic you are. When they killed you in Asaba massacre. These are the reasons why we want to go. Everybody that is under operation in the zoo is Igbo. Allow us to go. We are not begging them again, in case you don't know. All of you get to know who you are. Correct friend is coming. Because if you come there and do anything, we'll leave you behind. They will consume you. They will finish all of you. They do people, they will finish you. Yeah, they will force you to be that Yoruba you have refused to be. They will force you to be Musa you have refused to be. Those of you in Delta State, there are statistics in the zoo where you have Biafrans. Biafran territory is 10 to 30 states. There are 14. There are the Jones in Edo State, they are Biafrans. I didn't count them, so I'm counting 13 for now. The Jones in Edo State have state channel to us. We have told them what to do, and they started doing the needful. They said they want to join their family. They are Biafrans. Forget that they're speaking Yoruba. That's why they speak, is it called the Kanu language? They are the Jones. All the riverine people. Why did they put them in Edo State? Because of oil. So that they can tell you that Ondo is an oil producing state. That's a deception. And they give me jobs, the oil slot to the Ijaw people. The answer is no. They'll give it to other part of Ondo, Yoruba people. So all of you wake up. Know who you are. You are Igbo. If you're from anywhere in South, all the states you call South, hitherto the creation of Midwest region, we are all Southeast. Anybody within that space, you are Igbo. That's who you are. You better embrace it now. You can't be Igbo. Igbo is Igbo. Igbo. It's the Igbo that make Igbo. That is the Igbo that make Igbo. In case you don't know.
Yeah, Mazi, you are 100% right, because when you go to the West, most of our people are referred to as Igbos. When you go to the North, most of our people who doesn't speak Igbo are referred to as Igbos. It is them that do not see themselves as Igbos, but the whole world knows who they are. And there is, I believe that, as a matter of fact, some of us are beginning to now come to terms that the identity crisis was created. It was a well orchestrated program.
It was a social construct.
Yes,
designed to confuse them, designed to deceive our people.
Absolutely.
It's so precarious. It's so bad that people will deny people. How can you put him and say, I'm not Igbo, don't call me Igbo?
Even in Anioma, where I come from, we still have some Anioma people, Okwani people claiming Bini, and they have nothing Bini on them, but they just still have to claim it, because that is what they are told. But I believe that as a matter as it will take some time, many people are beginning to understand that they are Igbos. In fact, I was speaking with a very close friend of mine yesterday from Anioma, and he was telling me Igbo people. I was just laughing on the phone because he doesn't even. We were speaking Igbo, and he was telling me Igbo people, So, but we were speaking Igbo, but he was telling me, my brother, ndị Igbo egochagokwa anị anyị o. But we are all Igbo. So we were speaking Igbo, but he's referring to our Igbo brothers as Igbo. So you now understand that it is a generational program that also will take time for us to reprogram. It's a question of going also into that mindset and start reprogramming that thinking. So it shouldn't be any form of threat, because as long as one person have woken up, he or she is going to wake other people up. We are going to round up this program, Mazi, and I thank you for that parting shot. I don't know if Wanda have something to say as we wind down, and I believe that subsequently you'll be coming back on BTV in the future to talk to Biafrans. What are you there?
Hey, Mazi, I want to say a big thank you to Mazi JCI Onyuku for being our guest today, for informing and educating Biafrans, because I believed each and every one of our viewers must have grabbed something so great today. And to you, Mazi Ikem Patrick, I must also appreciate you for your wonderful stay with us, because it is not always easy combining all our schedule, our jobs, and everything to this very committed work that we do for ourselves and for the freedom of our people. To you, wonderful viewers, and to the lovers of freedom, and especially to our people on the ground, our people in the southeast. In fact, our people everywhere, most especially those ones in Lagos. I must say to you, it is time now that no one is to tell you exactly what to do, where to invest, and where not to invest. I don't think that at a time like this, that Igbo man will still be feeling one canal or the other in Lagos. I don't think that will still be happening now.
Uh,
And for those in the south,
they
please
are still
do
doing
not.
that.
For those in the
Mazikem,
south,
Yes.
finally.
please.
Please, I want to say that for all those Zuberians suffering from hepatitis disease, that's Igbo hits, the drug is out. It's called Igbo Gomycin. Igbo Gomycin, Biafra Ezetocin, and the referendomycin are available. Let them go and get that drug. That's the only drug that will cure their sickness. Whether they like it or not, we'll give it to them. That drug has been prescribed and they must take it because we are going home. No.
Thank you, Mazi. So
Mazi, at which branches or channels can they get these prescriptions, please?
I think that Wada is having challenges with the network, and we just have to wind it down. And I hope that we'll be coming back subsequently. Uh, I don't know. I don't know.
You're coming out clear. It's our voice that's not
Okay,
coming out.
so I think I'm coming out. I'm coming out now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I think it was from my end, and I'm still expecting to see if. Okay, I think it was from my end. I was having a technical problem, but I think it's resolved now. So, Wada, I think you've taken your parting shot, and I would like to conclude this program at this point in time. And I would like to encourage our people to remain steadfast in their struggle, remain steadfast in your contributions, remain steadfast in whatever you are doing uh, to make sure that we get to the end of the line of this struggle, that none of us will be left behind. And I believe that, I don't know, I'm beginning to have another issue again. I'm having another issue.
Okay. As we are just
Okay, my image is not coming out. It's okay. So that's all I have to say. And until we meet again, we want to say have a wonderful week ahead. And God bless you all, dear friends. Until we meet again, thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good night, you guys. God bless you.